Chris, just because we've got to watch the time a little bit, so
just take
us to just, if you can just sum that up, that particular interview, and then get us into the next incident.
And how long was it between July and October?
Well, that first incident, I say that there was no. I've been asked to remove nothing, so I can't have been harassing anybody. Otherwise, I'd still be guilty of it. I was bailed without any charges and no charge on the bail sheet. And then I was meant to be answer bail on the 5th of September, I think it was. And I was just getting out of the bath, ready to go. I had to be there at 10 o'clock, and it was about 9 o'clock. Big knock on the door. I thought, oh, that's an old blue knock. So by the time I got my jeans on, got to the door, they'd already opened the door to walk in, but luckily I have a latch on it. So I said, what are you doing? He said, Chris Spivey. I said, no, what are you doing? He said, you meant to answer bail today. I said, yeah, and it's 10 o'clock. He said, it's been extended. Here, take this. And that was it.
When was this, Chris? Sorry, when was this?
That was the 5th or 6th of September. I can't remember exactly which load. And I say nothing else happened. In all this time, they've still got my stolen computers. I haven't asked for them back or anything like that, even though I was illegally arrested and they was illegally obtained. Then, I think it was the 6th of October, or might be the 9th. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon, bang, bang, bang on the door. I was asleep at the time because I work through the night and sleep in the days. My daughter's coming in. She was, Dad, it's the police, it's the police. So I went to the door, and they'd opened the door. So, no denying that we weren't in. I said, what do you want? He said, we want to talk to you. I said, you got a warrant? He said, no. I said, you ain't coming in then. He said, we only want to talk to you. I said, no, and shut the door. So then they started, we're going to kick you out. Open the door because we'll kick you down. I said, no, you're not coming in. No, you got no warrant. You got no right to be here. End off. Go away and get a warrant and then come and see me. Next thing, I didn't know that there was, the big rams that they use, but obviously when I see the door afterwards, it's obvious that they come equipped. This was 3 plainclothes policemen, incidentally, as opposed to 4 uniform robo-copped up, and whatnot. And so they're banging on my door, and I'm going, Stacey, film this, otherwise, I'm going to be really in trouble, they're going to kill me or something. Windows, I looked out, my bedroom is right opposite Stacey's bedroom by the front door. The bedroom door was open. I see the cop in the backyard. As they've come through the door, he smashed the window. Totally no need for it. So we had the baby in here, the baby screaming, Stacey screaming. Luckily they made so much noise, and my neighbours come down and being a bit clued up, they've got their mobile phone going, didn't they? So he's arrested me on suspicion of having indecent material on the computers that they stole. So a lot of people had been warning that this would come to this, but there was measures taken anyway, unbeknownst to them. So anything on there that's indecent or illegal, you have put on there. Anyway, so they had me away. They wanted me to sign a sheet saying no damage, and that sheet's on my website for everyone to see. No damage. Like the door's still off. I've got a big piece of plywood across the front of the door. The door's still off its hinges.
We showed the pictures last week, actually, of the doors and the damage that they'd done.
Well, there you go. That's what the police class as no damage, Lou.
Yeah.
So off I went with the 3 of them. And it was amazingly quick. From start to finish, I was away 6 hours. Now, the photos they showed me, Southend CID again, the first one that came up was Brooke Shields in the bath, a photo shoot taken from when she was 10 years old. Now, this photo, I got it off some sort of Wikipedia site, events of the 20th century that caused a scandal, because these photos were taken for a magazine. They appeared in a magazine when Brooke Shields was in the bath, 10 years old. Her mother was there, she had a pushy mother and whatnot. But I say they've come off a reputable website, and you've only got to type in Brooke Shields 10-year-old photo shoot, and the pictures come up uncensored, and I censored them for when I put them on my website, uncensored, without even mentioning the word nude or naked or anything. Just book shields, 10-year-old photo shoot, try it for yourself, they'll come up. So I said, yeah, and then they showed me a load of paintings done by the paedophile artist Graham Ovenden, which I've read about 6 articles on Graham Ovenden. Once again, type in the artwork of Graham Ovenden, and these pictures that they were showing me will come up straight away, uncensored. So yeah, no problem there. Then they come out with, I don't know if you know the painting, it's a vile, disgusting painting, or photograph actually, of a little girl weeing on another little girl. And the little girl who's being weed on has her legs splayed and is naked. Now, this photo, I can't remember the name of it, is what was displayed in a Newcastle art gallery, and the police investigated it and advised the Newcastle art gallery to take it down, which they did. Now, the owner of this photo, and I don't know, when I say photo, I think it's a big portrait size sort, you know, not a little snap. The person who owns this is Elton John, and if you type in Elton John's child, I don't know where, child artwork or whatnot, the photo comes up again uncensored, and it says, you know, categorically states that the Crown prosecution ruled that this photo was not illegal. Now, do you mean to tell me after this is like 2 months have passed since I've had the computers, and they didn't know that was illegal?
Yeah.
That was legal. Yeah.
Right. So, Chris, you get out again, and no charges. Have any charges been levelled against you?
No bail conditions. Nothing.
Okay.
While they was charging me, they said that a social worker will be around first thing in the morning. If you know what's good for you, you'll cooperate with him again. Do you want me to just shut that curtain while it's the dog's on?
Yeah, that's okay. Right. So with this is classic, isn't it?
The social worker didn't come that day. He came the next day, 48 hours after I'd been arrested. So there was obviously no rush. This is a social worker because the first time they arrested me, the police made a malicious allegation, again, which has been found to be totally untrue. And 2 weeks prior to me being arrested, we got the letter from the social services saying the case had been closed, which is once again on my website. So the social worker turns up, and we knew because she'd rung up, so it was already, we were going to record her and whatnot. And I gave her a proper hard time for a start. She didn't know what the photos were. So I said, well, how can you come around here assessing a child that could possibly have potentially life-altering changes on him, and you don't even know what the photographs involved? I then showed her a letter that was sent to me by temporary DCI Gary Biddle, something like that, which I got over these photos, which said he wanted to discuss it with me because I might have illegal content on my website. Well, I never answered because I've got illegal content, or I haven't. There's nothing to discuss, you know. But nothing ever came about it. They didn't know about this letter either. And she point blank lied to me. She said the reason that they closed the case 2 weeks prior was because they couldn't get a policeman to accompany her around here, which means that if people who really do abuse children, don't worry, because you'll be okay if the social services can't find a social worker to get around there. They just close the case on you anyway, you know. So I knew this was a lie. She also said the reason that I had no, because I said, like, you know, if I'm such a danger, why, or if I'm guilty, why is there no bail conditions? You know, usually what happens is if someone is caught with child porn on their computer, they're given, you know, restrictions on what they can do on the computer, and they would never have allowed me to come back here, or they would have had Clayton, my grandson, away straight away. So I brought this up and I said, you know, there's no bail conditions whatsoever. So she said, that's because the police aren't allowed to give bail conditions because you haven't been charged. Now, if a social worker thinks that, and then either they're proper dumb and aren't qualified to be a social worker, or they're lying to your face and they're not qualified to be a social worker, because the police can put whatever bail conditions they like.
Okay, Chris, right, we're just gonna have to cut you a little bit short. I think just hold on a sec. What we'll say to you live is we'll get you back to if you're available next week. We'll bring you back on next week, and we can do some more. But so if I just summarise this, so you've had the police literally break into your property twice with no warrants.
No arrest warrant, no search warrant.
You're then questioned. There's no charges brought against you.
Not at all.
And all you've got to go on is that somebody somewhere reckons that you were harassing them over.
But they haven't sued me for libel, Brian.
Right.
Why? It would be the logical route.
Yes. Okay. So, and then not only did the police smash their way into your house with no warrant, and it appears no proper evidence against you, but then as a backup, they bring in social services start an attack on you over your grandchild.
Despite being cleared 2 weeks previously, and Clayton being seen by health visitors, and everyone declaring, and agreeing that the police allegation from the first arrest was just malicious,
right?
Okay, and unfounded. Okay, so and I say that the idea is, Brian, is to shut me up, is to get Clayton, because they know my family is my weakness. I have my daughter and my grandson, both of who live here, and are being good and waiting in their bedroom so Clayton doesn't kick off. They've lived here with me 16 months. I brought Stacey, my daughter, up since she was 6 months old on my own. Never ever any problems. As I say, Clayton's 16 months old, and I've looked after him on my own. Took at least twice a week when my daughter was at college and whatnot. No problem. Yep. And yet now they're coming around here and trying to steal him away, but that backfired on them as well, Brian.
So what we've got is essentially harassment and bullying by social services as well. So this all focuses in on what you've actually been researching and what you've put up on your website. And many people in the chat box as we speak are saying, well, this is what it comes down to, the fact that you've been digging into areas which have upset the establishment. So if we can just say thank you very much for joining us and giving us that excellent summary of what's happening today. If we can bring you on early next week,
that's fine,
we'll be able to actually have with questions and answers on some of the things that you've been looking into.
No problem whatsoever, mate. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks,
Brilliant.
Chris. Take
Thanks
care.
very much.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Well, we just have a quick look at chrisspivey.org here. So if you want to go and have a look at it, we will say that Chris uses some fairly colloquial language to get his point across. That's his style. We're not interested in bad language today. We're interested in the truth, and we're interested in why the British state feels entitled to smash its way into people's houses with no evidence. But do go and have a look at Chris Spivey's research if you haven't.
Anybody else, otherwise I'd still be guilty of it. I was bailed without any charges and no charge on the bail sheet. And then I was meant to be answer bail on the 5th of September, I think it was. And I was just getting out of the bath, ready to go. I had to be there at 10 o'clock, and it was about 9 o'clock. Big knock on the door. I thought, oh, that's an old bill knock. So by the time I got my jeans on, got to the door, they'd already opened the door to walk in, but luckily I have a latch on it. Because I haven't asked for them back or anything like that, even though I was illegally arrested and they was illegally obtained. Then, I think it was the 6th of October, or might be the 9th. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon, bang, bang, bang on the door. I was asleep at the time because I work through the night and sleep in the days.
Chris, just because we've got to watch the time a little bit. So
just take
us to just, if you can just sum that up, that particular interview, and then get us into the next incident.
And how long was it between July and it was and October,
Well,
wasn't it? So it's been a
that
few
first
months.
instance, I say that you know, there was no. I've been asked to remove nothing, so I can't have been harassing. Doors coming. She was, Dad, it's the police, it's the police. So I went to the door, and they'd opened the door. So you know, no denying that we weren't in. I said, what do you want? He said, we want to talk to you. I said, you got a warrant? He said, no. I said, you ain't coming in then. He said, we only want to talk to you. I said, no, and shut the door. So then they started, we're going to kick you out. Open the door because we'll kick you down. I said, no, you're not coming in. No, what are you doing? He said, well, Chris Spivey. I said, no, what are you doing? He said, you meant to answer bail today. I said, yeah, and it's 10 o'clock. He said, it's been extended. Here, take this. And that was it.
And when was this, Chris? Sorry, when was this?
That was the 5th or 6th of September. I can't remember exactly which load.
Okay.
And I say nothing else happened. In all this time, they've still got my stolen computer.